Greetings and salutations. This is part 2 of the video, The Association and the Murder of Bob Marley. In our 2 publications, one being Word is Bond, in here you will find the wisdom spanning many years, even before Bob Marley was born. You will find who killed Bob Marley, why they killed Bob Marley. You will learn the conspiracy finally. In our second publication, we have these publications at unn13.com. In our publications section, this information can be ordered. This one Word is Bond. We break it down for you and show the esoteric side of the murder. We actually show you who murdered Bob Marley. This would be a shock for most people. We had this published at our website, but we took it down. We need to make some money that we pulled this project off, which is over 27 years old. It's time now to support the movement. We have the science here, and this is the Word. We'll bring you the Word here in part 2. Our other publication, which is very vital also for the Rastafari movement, is this publication, Fire and Dove. It's the very prolific, very profound information here from the Rastafari movement. The first time in 77 years this information comes to you. It breaks down the esoteric side of the Rastafari movement. All the information that we have on our website, all the things taught by I. Here you can see it more clearly. This is sort of an initiation into the Rastafari Mystery School, these 2 publications. Again, you are now in tune. On the one, the force itself, we call it at this time Master Blaster Jamming. In the beginning was the Word. The Word was God, and the Word was Rastafari. The same was in the beginning with God. The Rastafari movement was caused by His subtle majesty, and without Him was not anything made that was made. In Him was life, and the life was the light of men. And the light shineth in the darkness, and the darkness comprehended it not. There was a man sent from God, whose name was Robert Bob Nestor Marley. The same came for a witness to bear witness of the light, that all black people through him might believe. Bob Marley was not that light, but was sent to bear witness of that light. That was the true light which lighteth every black man that cometh into the world. He was in the world was made by him, and the world knew him not. He came unto his own, and his own received him not. But as many as received him, to them gave he power to become the sons of God, Rastafari, even to them that believe on his name, which were born not of blood, nor the will of the flesh, nor the will of man, but the subtleness of King Selassie. And the Word was made flesh, and dwelt among us, and we beheld his glory, the glory as of the true and first prophet of Rastafari, full of grace and truth. Bob Marley bore witness of his imperial majesty, and cried, saying, This was he of whom I spake. He that cometh after me is preferred before me, for he was before me. And of his fullness have all true Rastafari received, and grace for grace. For the law was given by old Marcus Garvey, but grace and truth came by the prophet Bob Marley. Many Rastas never saw Selassie in their lifetime, only pictures. The only begotten Son, which is in the bosom of the Father, he hath declared him. And this is a record of Ital Ayman I, in the final days when the light of the movement was glowing dim and the people lacked understanding. when the cultural bandits, whites proclaiming to be Rastas, were saying that the king never said he was the Christ, say followed the Christ, a fictitious character of the Bible. Most Rastas deny that Bob Marley was the prophet. Many who were close to him were not fond of him. He was a voice crying in the wilderness, make straight the way of the Lord, as said the prophet Marcus Mosiah Garvey. And the government was asking questions about him, and they plotted to kill the prophet. And they knew him to be the prophet, for he was winning many souls, so that the world of evil was about to change. Bob Marley spoke to them through his music, which was a baptism to all who accepted it in their hearts. All did not understand this mystery. Bob Marley did not preach of himself, but was a guide that all know the teachings of the 225th king from the bloodline of King Solomon. You are now in tune on the one, the force itself, at this time called the Master Blaster Jamming. I am the Rastafari, Ital Ayman I. These things were done first in Jamaica, where Bob Marley was born, and his teachings were broadcast throughout the world. Bob Marley had a dream, and the king who placed a ring upon his finger. And one day, while in London, in the future, the son of the king called Bob Marley unto him, and presented him with the ring of the king. And Marley said, This is the ring which appeared in my dream. And upon his finger the ring did burn like fire, and Bob Marley became a king without a throne. This was after the king had left the earth, and his music was a testament to the truth of the king which was to come, and did and left, and the world knew it not, that the Christ they had awaited had did so. This is what the prophet had come into the world to say. And I saw and bear record that this is the son of the king. He wore the ring of his father unto his death. And the prophet for his words, which was truth, became the Lamb of God. Many who heard his song did follow him, and Bob turned no man away who came to him. He saith unto them, Come and see. They came and saw where he dwelt, and abode with him. And one man who was also a light and sang with him was Peter Tosh, who also knew Bob to be the prophet, and raised the banner of the king. Bunny Wailer was also one of the original artists who helped the prophet to spread the word. And there were 3 women backup singers called the I-3s, who all became traitors of the faith in the end. One was his wife. And the following of the prophet became worldwide, and the government of the land plotted to kill him, just as the Bible story was of Jesus. Trench Town, where the prophet grew up and made famous in his song, was likened unto Nazareth, where the Christ of Bible came from. And it was said also, Can anything good come out of Trench Town? Trench Town was the birthplace of the music of the king, and the home of the Rastafari movement. And this is written this day, that is to say, all was a preparation for the return of the Holy Mothership Nibiru. You are now in tune on the one, the force itself, called at this time Master Blaster Jamming. We ask you to go to www.unm13.com and order the 2 publications, that you align yourself with this information in time, being 4 years from that date, December 21, 2012. It is now time we organize for the prophesied signal of the landing of the Holy Mothership. We ask you now, hurry in from the cold. Zion train is here. Let us make preparations to survive the now polar ice shift, which will climax in 4 years. Just think what is going to be happening from now, the 1st of January 2008. This is the pivotal point. It is now that urgent time. All houses of Rastafari come and join under one umbrella, the Republic of Rastafari, OAN. Peace and blessings.